started. I have no audio. No audio at all.
So it was about 3 or 4 years ago, I think, is when Tom Stockton beat a match. And so I remember Carmen making a big announcement on the stage, and the boys were up by the barbecue tent while we were cooking, and they're like, "Dad, what is that?" And I said, I'm not real sure, but I promise if Carmen and Tom put it out there, they've done all the research and so forth ahead of time. So heck, worst case scenario, you go swab your cheek, and we'll figure out what happens later, and who knows, maybe that's God's plan, and maybe there's an opportunity for you to do good, whether it's saving someone's life or whatever it may be. Let's do it and see what happens.
Yep.
So I got into the Be the Match, the National Marrow Donor Program through Tom Stock. They swabbed my cheek and signed a couple little things, and they said, "Hey, we'll reach out to you if you got a match." So I was actually selected twice. The first time it did not go through. There was a better donor that they found. So it goes to show that NMDP, they do their research. They're trying to find a quality donor for the recipient. And actually about 2-3 months later, I get another call from them, and I get matched again. And this time it was legit. I was the best possible match.
So once Jackson was selected, I was very apprehensive as a mother. So I did my research, and I was astonished at the number of people that are waiting. It's around 18,000 that are waiting for stem cell matches every year. So we decided, hey, that's it, let's go. Packing up our stuff, and we're headed on to Seattle.
I ended up having to travel to Seattle, Washington for the donation. But NMDP, they took care of all the expenses,
5 days before we were leaving, they had scheduled a nurse to come in every day, come to the house, actually. They make it very convenient. You don't have to go anywhere. They schedule someone to come to your home to give you these shots to increase your white blood cell count. Jackson said there was minor discomfort, nothing unmanageable with the shots.
So it's donation day. Wake up a little nervous, don't really know what I'm getting into, but my mom's going with me. She's always been there for me. Dad's there with me, driving me to the airport. I will say it was leaving Dad, getting onto the plane. It was definitely a little emotional.
I remember the moment when you got out of the car and I shook your hand and gave you the hug of your life.
Yeah, that was.
And it was bittersweet. A lot of soul searching on the way home while my son and wife took off to go jump into this task, but truly touched my heart, and I can tell you, I don't think there's any way I could be more proud.
I really had no worries, but hoping that I can actually save someone's life. That was the main thing that was going through my head.
There's no way I could express how proud I am of Jackson for him as a 22-year-old young man taking that leap of faith and figuring out how you go save somebody's life who you've never met anywhere in the world. Don't know if we'll ever even get to meet the individual, but God called on him and he answered the call, and it was pretty simple. You just go swab your cheek and then let God take care of the rest.
It's a pretty cool spot. You get in there, everyone's super welcoming. They make you feel like a superhero there. So we get in there and they're like, "All right, you ready to go?" I'm like, "Yeah, let's do it." Because they say the donation could take up to like 8 hours. They're taking blood and they're spinning it, and they're separating the white blood cells or the stem cells from the blood, and that's what they're collecting. So that lasted for about 1 hour and 4 minutes. They said it was the fastest donation they've had. Felt great. Yeah, I would definitely do it again. Yeah, it was super easy. Aww. Yeah, just walking around Seattle, I'm like, dang, I could have just saved someone's life. Part of God's plan. I believe the good Lord does everything for a reason, so this popped up, I'm obviously gonna, pursue that.
After his donation, it was really cool. On this board, he got to turn on a light that shows he saved a life. And as a mom, that's one of the proudest moments of my life. My son saved a life.
Son, I can tell you what, you set an example for many people across the country. And I said, hey, just remember, focus, this is just getting the word out to where we could get more people involved and allow somebody else to maybe save a life.
That's right. Let me
too.
So all it takes is 5 minutes. You have the chance to save someone's life. All you gotta do is go over there, get your cheek swabbed. It's the coolest thing, greatest thing I've ever done, greatest experience I've ever had in my life. So, hey, and you get a cool t-shirt. Go sign up.